Welcome back to Chapter 11 of Healing America's Narratives. We're still speaking about specific examples of these 7 questions and statements, which are in the description of the video if you want to just refresh your memory of what they are. And we want to today play with, just again, very, very briefly, the relationships among who am I really, how do I identify myself? Everything is a story, and this time we'll take a look at also what impacts me and what do I impact. So there's a wonderful teaching story from the way of Chuang Tzu, a Chinese philosopher. And this, my version of this comes from a translation by Thomas Merton. And I'm not going to read it to you, but just in essence, that identity and impact in the context of healing our narratives as Americans. The story basically is that you're in a boat, you're in a skiff going across a lake, and there's another boat in your, way, so to speak. And if there's somebody in the boat, it becomes kind of a contest and a competition to make sure the other person does what he or she has to do in order to not collide with your boat. And if you do collide with somebody else in the boat, then it becomes an argument. Why aren't you more careful? You're careless, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. However, if you collide with the other boat and you get to it and you find that it's empty, there's nobody in it, that it just, maybe its anchor came up, probably not an anchor, but it was untied from its moorings, or the wind freed it, whatever it happens to be, you might still be upset that there was a collision, but the level of upset is nowhere near as huge as if there's somebody else to blame. So, the teaching story is, to the extent we can empty our boats of a lot of not so much useless, but not particularly helpful thoughts and stories, the better off we'll be as human beings. So we're speaking about here, depending on how I identify myself. When something happens, its impact on me will be greater or lesser, depending on my identity. If it's only body mind, and my boat hits your boat, all right, we have a fender bender on the water, so to speak, it's a bigger deal. If I have a soul-based or a spirit-based identity, sense of identity, and I recognize that we're all human and things happen, the impact on me of this collision is going to be lesser. Now, again, we're speaking about this collision of 2 small boats, literally, yes, but metaphorically as well. So story matters. What's my story? That's a stupid person in that boat because they hit my boat. Oh, there's nobody in the boat. I could have been more careful. And you get the point. So we're navigating now ways to begin to apply these questions and statements regarding identity and story and impact as we look at our diverse American narratives and our need to heal, to own first, and to integrate and then heal our collective shadow and individual shadows as well. So again, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you the next time.